What drew you to Rsquare Media? How did you find yourself with the company?
Rsquare Media, I do writing the most, but I've actually the few months I've spent with Rsquare Media, I've learned a lot. Like I feel like I'm gaining the confidence in social media marketing because before I used to feel like I cannot do anything in social media marketing. But the few months and the team I have around me in Rsquare Media, it's a great team because they help me a lot to grow in that career.
Through the LinkedIn, and it's a great platform. I mean, Rajiv, oh man, he's incredible, and he gives chance to explore. And I don't think anywhere else we can do whatever we want. Like he lets us do. Like, okay, you like this? Okay, go ahead and explore. Okay, even if he doesn't take it, he lets everyone to talk. Or I found this as an incredible opportunity to explore wherever, even if I'm not in designing. If I give an input to the designing or writing the script or the content, he gives whole freedom. That's what I love about this R Square.
Always wanted to get into marketing ever since I was in college and stuff. I had a little marketing class. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to get into this. And I was just on LinkedIn scrolling for hours. Just found Rsquare. I was like, oh, might as well.
What drew me to Rsquare Media was the fact that it's an internship and a mentorship. It's a stress-free environment. Everybody is super welcoming, and like if you have questions or need feedback, there's always somebody there available to give that to you, no matter like what time zone that they're in. Everybody's super like punctual, and it's just a great atmosphere to be in.
Actually, I put in an application and I had a doctor's appointment and missed my interview, and I felt really bad, and I was like, man, I really want to get in there. And so I did another interview, and then Rajiv just did an interview like over LinkedIn, and then he's like, okay, pick a day, and we went. And then so that's kind of how everything happened. But I just knew that what he shows and how his accomplishments are, that drew me to Rsquare. Because who has a CEO that goes to daily meetings, be there 24/7 for us? And that right there is an experience all in itself, because that's unheard of, to have a CEO being in every meeting, which is awesome. Like I said, it inspires, and I do agree with what he is. And his mission is to, innovate minds to make them better, make this place a better world. And I think he's on the right track on it. Well, like I said, I haven't really interned other than with the other, but my working, I actually do working from home I do Medicaid cases over the phone, support systems. Just having the freedom to work from home is a good thing. That would be the only place or where there would be similarities, is because of working from home. So they don't compare very good. Like I said, this is my first intern job, first marketing. And
I mean, I found it on LinkedIn, and I was just trying some like is it ads for new positions, and Rajiv was kind enough to give me a chance and let me work for him.
So I saw a job posting on LinkedIn about Rsquare Media. So the first thing about the job description is like very different compared to like other job postings. And then everything just seemed to be very friendly and very genuine. And then the way that we have to go through the interview before even talking to Rajiv, we have to watch the videos. And then I guess that's like a test to see how attentive you are and if you are someone that pays attention to little details and how to answer a question in like a complete sentence. I think that's something that's I find pretty good because nowadays we often struggle with short attention span, which I relate to it a lot. So that kind of helped me stay focused during the whole process, which I appreciated. And what really drew me to Rsquare Media is the way that they are promoting the company. Everything just seemed to be very interesting. I've never seen a company offering services like deleting Google reviews and stuff like that. So I thought that it would be interesting to work on it. And also, Rajiv seems to be someone that's super accomplished. So I think it would be great to work under him and get his guidance and also see how things work closely in the company.
Okay, so I discovered Rsquare Media from LinkedIn when I was applying for an internship, and even though Rsquare Media was like it was written this is an unpaid internship, I felt like the job description showed that it was going to be a good team, and that was very important for me. I wanted to learn the team. I didn't just want it to be me. I wanted a safe environment, a safe community to grow with. And when I saw job description for Rsquare Media, I felt like this was going to be great for me to have a team that will grow with, learn with. So yeah.
So that was a good one. So I was like searching around on LinkedIn actually, just like looking for like certain interesting, let's say, things related to ads, specifically like PPC and so forth. And then Rsquare showed up in one of like the suggestions, and I read about like New York Farm, reputation management, SEO, marketing. I'm like, hey, this looks super interesting, right? Let me check it out. And so I saw the different requirements and they look super cool. Like, hey, this looks like a very interesting team. The fact, they focus in the description, you probably read it to us like, hey, we're, focus on candor if you're not comfortable with that or different things of that sort of like, hey, that's very interesting. I like the vibe of that. It's somewhat related to what I did prior in another place of that kind of like designing and this and that, so forth. So I'm like, hey, it looks similar, so it should be fun. So let me check it out. And then doing the interview with Rajiv, the CEO of the company, I mean, he was like super cool, very, very friendly, professional as well. And I'm like, hey, this if the CEO is like this, it definitely gives a good vibe for how the rest of the company operates and how the rest of the team members and so forth in the company and so forth are. So it was a pretty, that was what resonated with me the most during that, like when I found out about it and everything of the sort.
I was really looking for kind of that marketing experience just because I am a marketing major, but I've never actually done a proper internship that wasn't like a college class or like a college project. So I really wanted that like a career type of internship, just to kind of get that experience. And I found Rsquare Media on LinkedIn. I was just looking for internships. I didn't really care if it was remote or in person, but I just really wanted that internship for the summer because I'm graduating at the end of the summer. And ultimately I found Rsquare Media, and then I ended up realizing that like I would love to work especially for the marketing aspect and the designer aspect, but also kind of like the mentorship program that they have as well. I thought would be a great aspect, so I decided that I would pursue this option.
What drew me though was Rajiv was really quite friendly and was really generous with his energy and was seeming pretty open. And that stood out to me. It seemed like it was advertised as a really stress-free and enjoyable place to work, and I feel like they've come through on that. it really is just a laid back, sort of low key environment that is both sort of nurturing, but also just fun to be a part of. I'd say that's the fact that that's what was advertised and what is actually the case is has been quite a positive experience.
Just, again, like searching on where to intern and it came up and I just like all the things that was listed and what you're gonna be working with. It just gives you such a broad like list of things, which is like great because I'm a marketing major, which is like I want to have all of these tools under my belt. So when I find my job, I can say, oh, I have done this. I'm good at this. I can do this. And it kind of gives me the confidence to bring that into whatever job. So that was really exciting for me because there's things that, yes, you can be in college, doing your degree, you're learning about something, but versus actually doing it is two different things. So I wanted to get my feet wet in all of that. So yeah, I'm excited about just learning about, different areas like SEO, design, writing, all of that.
Actually, on LinkedIn, I applied to it like out of the blue, like not really expecting it, and I just got an interview, and then like Rajiv was just amazing into your lap, That's really what happened.
I applied to a few internships on LinkedIn, so that's where I found Rsquare Media. What drew me in was basically how, first of all, the description under the Rsquare Media, the kind of just like what the internship was about and who the company was, it seemed super inclusive and it seemed like a really great place to work, especially with the stress-free environment and how everyone's super kind. And it's just a very diverse group of people that we're working with, which I really liked. So that really drew me in.
I think what initially drew me is that it was a remote environment. So there was no travel involved. You didn't have to worry about train schedules and commuting and traffic. It was something that was a little disconcerting for me because I had never really had much experience with it. And I figure being able to get some good experience while not having to worry about getting to the train on time was kind of the best of both worlds.